President Trump and Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto hold a meeting at the G20 summit in Hamburg on July 7, 2017. Saul Loeb, AFP Getty Images. After publicly calling for Russia to rejoin the G7 group of nations, President Trump reportedly came to the country's defense behind closed doors as well. According to BuzzFeed News, he dismissed the central reason for Russia's ouster from the group formerly known as the G8 during the group's meeting in Quebec last weekend. Russia's seizure of Crimea was warranted, he reportedly implied, because residents of Crimea spoke Russian anyway. It is true that most Crimeans speak Russian, as indicated in a survey published by The Washington Post shortly before the invasion. In fact, that bit of data was cited by Russian President Vladimir Putin during a speech in March 2014 addressing the move. Trump's reported argument is not a new one, but it does bring up an interesting point, as illustrated in this tweet from Texas-based writer Chris Hooks. If countries are welcome to seize those parts of neighbors that share their language, the United States might be about to get slightly smaller. According to Census Bureau data, there are at least 5 counties in which a majority of the population speaks Spanish. The Bureau has recent data only for larger counties. They are Yuma County, Arizona, 53.3% Spanish speakers. Imperial County, Calif, 77.5% Spanish speakers. Miami-Dade County, Florida, 74.4% Spanish speakers. El Paso County, Tex, 72.4% Spanish speakers. Hidalgo County, Tex, 84.4% Spanish speakers. There are another 10 counties where a minority of the population speaks only English. Los Angeles County, Calif, 43% speak only English. Merced County, Calif, 48.2% speak only English. Monterey County, Calif, 45.4% speak only English. Santa Clara County, Calif, 47% speak only English. Tulare County, Calif, 48.5% speak only English. Hudson County, NJ, 39.5% speak only English. Doña Ana County, NM, 47.5% speak only English. McKinley County, NM, 42.7% speak only English. Bronx County, NY, 40.1% speak only English. Queens County, NY, 43.9% speak only English. That doesn't mean that the rest of the population speaks one other language, mind you. In the Bronx, Queens, Los Angeles and Santa Clara County, Silicon Valley, there are a range of other languages spoken beyond just English. In Santa Clara County, home to a large Vietnamese population among other nationalities, census data suggests that only about 18% of residents speak Spanish. It's also worth noting that none of these 15 counties has a density of foreign language speakers that matches the saturation of Russian in Crimea. There, nearly all of the population speaks Russian. In our data, only Hidalgo County, Tex, got over 80%. Were Mexico to seize the 4 counties on its border, though, it would be gaining about 12,300 square miles of territory, slightly more land than Russia took when it occupied Crimea. The population that would suddenly have a new nationality would be slightly more than the population of Crimea, too. 1 million. What's more, the population of those 4 counties, the 5 at the top of this article minus Miami-Dade, is more than 80% Mexican by origin. It's not clear what population or language density Trump thinks constitutes sufficient reason to seize another nation's territory. If Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto were to seize those counties as part of his own territory, it would be up to him to convince Trump that the levels of cultural affiliation in those places, slightly lower than Crimea's affinity for Russia, still meant that he was perfectly entitled to call them his own.